Hello and welcome to our discussion about sponge balls. Super soft Goshman sponges. Really top-notch sponge product as far as magic sponge goes. These are 1.5 inch sponge balls. I got a worker tip in a minute to make them bigger, but first let's talk about these things. They're just used for manipulation. So this is going to be a sleight of hand endeavor. And unfortunately, the instructions that Goshman includes with this thing is basically worthless. So we're going to take you through some of the things you might actually do with the sponge balls beyond the archaic 1950s instructional. Let's start with just one. Let's start with just one ball here. Palming. You're going to need to palm. You're going to use the finger palm. That's a long story short. I have sections in palming in the classroom, but that's all you need to do is hold it in your fingers, and it's sponge, so you can squeeze it really small. So the palming on this is pretty easy. A good routine maybe is to start with one ball palmed in each hand. So, I mean, you could just do one ball production. That's a trick, I guess. But let's say maybe you take a little bit of lint off your shirt. Oh, I got a little lint on there. Oh man, let me make that a little bigger. Oh, that's nice. Now you can do this. You can go, that's a pretty flexible ball. Oh, sweet, 2 of them. So there's a good production sequence that you can start a routine with. And there are like hundreds of sponge ball routines. I'm going to teach you the introductions here. If you like this, you might want to check out the Mark Wilson course in Magic. He has some great sponge ball stuff. And then you can just explore the archives of Magicdom, and you'll find lots of different routines that people do with these. The quick routine, the production, I just had them, squeezed in my hands. I pretend to pick a little lint, and as I move my hand, I push the ball into view. Now I put it into the other hand where the other ball is secretly palmed, and maybe gesture here. Just give yourself a reason to put the ball there. Now squeeze these 2 together. It still looks like one, and then you could pretend to pull the ball into 2. Or another way guys will do this is after they say produce a ball, you can lay it on the table. Now with your ball palmed, land right on top of that, and then use your finger and make it look like you saw the ball in 2. So you go, oh, I got a little lint. Let me make it a little bigger there. I'm gonna do a trick with the ball. Maybe you've heard of sawing a lady in half. Magicians do that, saw a lady in half. I do this. I saw the ball right in 2. Here, check them out. So there's another option, sawing the ball in 2. One of the classic tricks with the sponge balls is passing one from one hand to another. It's really best if you have a spectator to do this trick with. The trick would be I would hold a ball, and then I would give them a ball, and the ball would vanish and appear in their hand. This is a mind-blowing moment for a spectator. I'm going to show you how to do this without a spectator, and then we'll just explain the simple alternative with a spectator. So without a spectator, and even as a standalone trick, this is the 10-second effect. This is a good way to learn some timing for a vanish, and it's a great little trick. I introduce it with a gag. I do this. I say, watch the 2 balls. They do the world's fastest magic trick. Did you like it? They change places. It's a double mystery. Little joke there. No extra charge. Happened kind of fast. Let me slow it down to 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? So there we go. This is a transition from one hand to the other, and it happens with that 10-second timing of the hands turning over. So do your gag first to set up the moment, and here's the mechanics for the 10-second. Right hand, 1, left hand, 2, right hand, 3, left hand, 4, right hand, 5, left hand, 6. Now we're going to do a false placement. This is where I pretend to put the ball in my hand. I recommend the Reginald Scott putting your thumb on it technique. This is described in the Vanish section on the site, and it basically revolves around putting your thumb on the object as you turn your hand over, and then claiming it in a finger palm position. So now we'll get into a little more advanced kind of manipulation. But again, because it's sponge, it squeezes small, so you got a lot of flexibility here. Let me rewind just a little bit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the ball appears to jump from hand to hand. I think I did a retention vanish there. That's an option. You can pinch it right at your fingertips as opposed to having it down here, but that requires a little more skill because now your fingers have to come in front to grab it out. But with a little practice, you can get that looking good too. This isn't part of my active repertoire, but hey, it's good information. I suggest when you're learning, just learn that thumb technique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. But as I was saying, there's a better way, and the better way is this. You have your spectator hold out their hand. So you do the gag. Oh, they change places. You don't believe me? I'll use your hand. Hold out your hand, friend. And they hold out their hand. You pretend to put one ball in your hand. Do the false placement. Now, when you go to pick this ball up, add your finger palmed ball to that one, squeeze them together, and give them to your friend to hold. They don't know what 2 balls feels like or 1 ball feels like, and it's squeezed together. They think they just have 1 ball in their hand. So now when you open your hand, the ball is gone, and they open their hand, and wow, it's a strong, strong moment. Now, we can make this moment a little stronger by integrating a 3rd ball and get 1 ahead of the audience. So now we're going to get some extra deception by finger palming a ball and just having 2 in play. And we could say, friend, point to one of the balls. Whichever ball your friend points to, as you grab it up, you secretly add your palmed ball to it and give this to your friend to hold. They think they have 1. They see 2, they point to 1, you give it to them, they think they have 1. So now when you take this ball and vanish it, and hey, if you don't want to vanish it, if you don't want to do sleight of hand, just put it in your pocket. Just say, okay, I won't use that one. Which one did you get, the left one or the right one? And when they open their hand, same trick, right? 2 balls appear in their hand when they think they just had 1. And last but not least, speaking of the 1 ahead plot, one of the classic routines with sponge balls is called 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. And the effect is exactly that. I'm going to put 2 sponge balls in my hand. This one's going to go in my pocket. Oh, now let me start over. Hold on. I did that wrong. No, that's right. Right. It's 2 balls. 2 balls go in the hand. 1 ball goes in the pocket. So hold on. I thought 2 balls in the hand, 1 ball in the pocket. I could have. Never mind. It's a dumb trick anyway. Or you could do this. You could do it again. Put 2 balls in the hand, put 1 ball in the pocket, and say, never mind. It was a dumb trick anyway. So this uses all 4 of the sponge balls for 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. We start 1 ahead. And it's this. As you pick the ball up, you add it to it, put that in your hand, put the second one in. Now there's 3. Pretend to put this one in your pocket, but secretly finger palm it again. So let me start over. 1, 2, 3 balls. Yeah, 3 balls. I put 1, 2. You can put them both with the extra in your hand. Put that one in the pocket. Boom. And probably 2 or 3 times is enough of this. You don't want to make like a 10-minute show of 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. But do this a few times. When you're ready to finish the routine, leave this ball in your pocket. So leave it there. And you can end clean here, or do it 1 step further and pretend to put 2 in your hand, but do a 2-for-1 vanish. So now what we're going to do is this. You say, yeah, I put 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. When you put this one in your pocket, just leave everything there. And your spectator is so accustomed to the balls being 3 in the hand, you say, how many in the hand now? And they'll go, oh, 3. And you say, forget it. Dumb trick anyway. The balls are in your pocket, everything's clean, and you move on to your next mystery. And there's a few things you can do with the sponge balls. There's a few more in your instructions. If you can decipher those and read it, let me know. I'd love to see them. But that's all for now. Enjoy sponge balls.